Good morning. Would you better tell me what Arsenal's chances are this season, please?
Going down.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Cheers, bye.
Alive here. Balotelli. Welcome to our newest episode of Football Tussle. Again, we've got lots and lots to talk about. And again, I'm sure Arsenal is going to be our main focal point. So without wasting any time, let's start there. Arsenal lost 2-0 to Chelsea with Daniel James and Lukaku scoring on his second debut. And in all honesty, it was an expected result.
You mean Reece James? Reece James.
Reece James. Not Daniel James. That's the Man United player. Thank you very much for
that's
correcting
the
us there.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Reece
Don't
James.
worry about it. When
Thank
you see Arsenal play that bad, you could get things wrong. We are getting it wrong. Even the supporters get things wrong now.
Imagine the names all get muddled up. Like I was just saying, it was for me, it was an expected loss for us.
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked at all that we lost. But just to move on, I often comment that we have gone backwards since Arsene Wenger left. That's not a reflection on my opinion or of our current manager, just a long-held belief that only when Mr. Wenger left that we know that we're in the mare. The old saying goes, you don't know something's good is gone until it's gone.
Gone, yeah. Or the other one is better the devil you know. What's it called? Not saying that Wenger was a devil, but at least you knew what you're going to get with him. But Arsenal still, even though Wenger has been their best manager ever, they still had to move on. Well, he had reached his expiry dates. We can't have, as I said last week, you can't be having. If Wenger had stayed, that would have been over 30 years or something at the club, or maybe coming to 30.
It would have been better than what we're getting. You gave another analogy just then. I'll give you another one just now. It's the classic line of, be careful what you ask for sometimes. You've got to be careful what you ask for, because when it comes around, you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates.
True. Yeah, but you have to remember
the lines.
You can get rid of a legendary manager. But what the key thing is the next appointment. Maybe if you get one appointment wrong, you can't keep getting it. Keep getting it wrong, because at the end of the day, the big question or questions that you have to ask: what qualified Arteta to take up such a job as Arsenal? Because we're talking about Patrick Vieira. We'll come back to that later on at Crystal Palace, which was a big job, or because of what happened with the loads of people out of contract. But Arsenal is a massive club, and what qualified him to get that role? Former player and Pep's number 2. I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
It isn't.
The thing is, as Arsenal fans, we should have saw that coming, because remember, even before Arteta got the role, Arsenal were linked to Klopp's number 2. If you guys remember. So the whole recruitment for Arsenal, the recruitment of the staff, because if you even notice, this season we sacked our goalkeeping coach. So it's like literally all the recruitment from Arsenal, from staff, from players, from football directors, everything at Arsenal, the whole recruitment thing is just awful. Yeah. I don't know what our strategy is. Eddie's not doing a great job. Even earlier this summer, Ed was on holiday. When he was getting transfers done, the guy was on holiday.
Yeah, I saw him having a barbecue there, cigar in his mouth.
What's that?
What's going on though? But Arteta is still trying to build this young team that Arsenal's left behind. That's what Wenger's left behind, and it's still not working. You know,
you guys are building young. Let's not mention Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger has nothing to do with this.
No. They'll still say some of the players are still Wenger's players. They would tell you Bellerin is Wenger's player, Aubameyang is Wenger, Lacazette is Wenger, Kolasinac still there is Wenger, El Nini is Wenger, Reece Nelson there is Wenger. Like you still got quite a few players there, but that's the excuses.
Don't mention his name there. Don't mention his name. What's it called?
No.
You got a host there, FM. He's talking about the youth or Arsenal having a young side. But for me, how can you have a young side without any quality? Because there's, as they were saying, no leadership. Who is the leader?
No. There's no leader.
Xhaka is the leader.
This is the problem. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. It's been going on. Arsene Wenger's been building on this young team, and now Arteta is doing the same thing. And like you said, Coco, there's no leadership. There's no top experience in that team. But I still like the young squad and all that stuff. But it's just the squad. It's confusing.
It's just, do you know what it is? Yeah. Do you know what it is? Sorry, just to say, you look at even you look at the senior players at Arsenal, and maybe Arsenal fans might not like this. Aubameyang is no captain, bro.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Aubameyang is no captain. I'm tired of saying that Xhaka is no captain because Xhaka doesn't perform well enough. Yeah, his temperament is bad, so you can't be a captain. And then you look at Lacazette. Lacazette doesn't play enough because the manager doesn't trust Lacazette over the course of the whole season to play him up top by himself. What other senior players do you want to pick on?
I'm hearing Tierney. Tierney can't be captain. He's too young.
Tierney can't be captain.
Too inconsistent. Gets injured. There is no leadership.
There's no leaders.
There is no leadership.
So much.
The names you're going through, there's no leaders there.
At Arsenal, there's actually, you can't name me one Arsenal player that's a leader. One Arsenal player. There's none. There is none. There is no spine in the team. There's no grit. There's nothing.
I heard they said Ben White might be a future Arsenal captain. Ben White, anyone?
Yeah, he could be a future Arsenal and England captain, but he's not ready yet.
He's not ready.
At the moment, he needs to recover from COVID and start playing well for Arsenal.
He called in sick. He was scared of Lukaku.
I think as they call it at work, he pulled a sickie.
Let's leave that for a second. We'll get to discuss Arsenal's foes, and I'll pose some questions to you in a minute. I just want to let you know about some research that I've done. Just let you know some stats. So August 2021. Apparently, we've had the worst start in 118 years of Arsenal history, with 2 defeats and no goals in our opening 2 matches. It's nothing new. It continues. April 2021, Arsenal break 91-year record in a defeat to Everton. A new low. We were beaten at home for the 9th time that season. That's another one that Arteta's broken. December 2020, we broke a 61-year record when we lost to Burnley, meaning that at the time we had lost 4 straight home games. Again, that's another 61-year record. In 60 games, Arteta's lost 20, drawn 16. You know, when you lose 20 out of 60, that's a third. That's a third of your games lost. And then you draw another third. That's awful stats.
Awful stats.
At least it's consistent anyway.
He's consistent at breaking the wrong records.
Yeah.
Arsenal is consistent at doing that. And for me, the one thing that gets me angry with Arteta so much, I get this sense of feeling. I don't know if people get this with Arteta. I get this feeling that he's so arrogant. He comes across so arrogant, but you've achieved nothing. I can feel the players actually feel, why am I listening to this guy? This guy goes around, moves around arrogant, but he's achieved nothing. Like Arsenal, what Arsenal should have done, literally, we could have gone down the interim manager route until we get a proper candidate. Because now we've given this guy, say, for example, 138 million, 140 million. We can't sack him now because if a new manager comes in, a new manager would say, hey, listen, first of all, I don't really want half of these players. Like what Arteta is doing with Saliba. He's coming, not giving Saliba a look in at all. Do you know what I mean? So the whole thing is a mess at Arsenal. I just feel like we we need at least 2-3 big signings, and I know that's unrealistic.
That's not happening.
No,
And you say
I agree with you, Grand Champ. That's all you need, just 3 top quality players, experienced players in this team.
Like, just
but they have to get rid of people first. They need to get rid of more dead wood before that comes in. And I don't agree with them. I don't agree with Grand Champ saying that you can't sack him because he spent money. Yes,
no.
But maybe if this carries on, where, like, for example,
if he carries on, he goes. I'm not supporting Arteta. I'm not supporting Arteta. I'm just saying, if you're the board, because he could go to you, okay, you give me 140 million, you have to give me a run of, like, say, maybe 10 games. But I told you, if we play West Brom and we lose, and then we play Man City and we lose, he should be sacked. You don't lose against West Brom. We've lost against Brentford, that's as bad as it is. I didn't expect to win at Chelsea, which sadly enough, I'm going into a derby against Chelsea, arch rivals, 2-time European champions in the space of how many years? And wow. And then we want to say we're the pride of London and all this. As an Arsenal fan, it's sad times. It's sad times, man.
Let me stop you there, guys, because we're going to have half of our show taken over by Arsenal again. And I refuse to let that happen. I refuse to let that happen this week. We can't have our
I agree with
Let's move on and just throw a little bit of references
on a lighter note, I think Arteta's got till October to save his job.
Why? Why? October?
That's what I believe. They're going to give him to October to save his job. But on a good note, Willian could be off to Brazil. So that's good news, at least.
Good riddance.
So let's leave.
Hold a second, FM, though. I remember having a private chat with you, and you were, sorry to bring it to the light, you were happy we signed Willian. You were calling out experience, and I told you.
No, I was. I mean, you can make a mistake.
I'm sure he holds his hand up now.
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, Willian wouldn't have been there if Arteta wasn't there, I don't think. So let's move on completely from Arsenal now, because I've had enough of talking about Arsenal.
It's true.
Let's talk now about Newcastle rubbish. Losing again, this time to
rubbish
Villa
again. The Geordie fans don't like that.
Well, they know the truth is the truth. Losing 2-0 to Villa. I heard last week that
they're a massive club.
They are massive. They have massive fan base.
Yeah, I said that.
Not resource
wise, not football wise.
What about that? What about that Insa blinder? Anyone want to tell us about that overhead kick there? Brilliant goal.
Danny Ings, the goal of the weekend or goal of the Prem season so far. What technique and what a finish!
What a finish!
Danny Ings gives me the vibes of I don't know if you guys remember this striker. He gives me vibes of James Beattie.
Oh yeah, James Beattie, the old Southampton.
I think he's better than Beattie, but I think he's better than Beattie. But he's got that same vibe.
But he's got the same vibe as that Premier League folklore, that kind of striker. Because he's a good striker. He's a good striker.
Yeah,
and I was surprised.
The big boys club.
Yeah, but I was surprised Southampton didn't fight hard enough to keep him, even though they didn't want to sign. They should have thrown the money at him because it
wasn't money. It wasn't money. Money wouldn't have kept him. Money wouldn't have kept him.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
No, not in that situation. It's true. You have to remember his age, and Southampton are going nowhere.
Exactly, and that goes down to what I was trying to say about Aston Villa's project. He heard about what they're doing over there, and he wants to jump on board, and be part of that.
I'm sure it was a bit like Aguero at Barcelona. Aguero thought Messi was going to be there, and what's it called? Danny Ings thought Grealish would still be there.
No, that's true.
I think they signed Danny. I think they signed Ince after Grealish had left. To be honest, so I think he knew Grealish was gone, but he doesn't care if he's going to be getting services like he's been getting. He's banging them in, and you don't need to give Danny Ings another chance.
It's true.
He'll be scoring them.
As you said about Newcastle, you said last week, FM, about Newcastle, they're in big trouble. And what's it called? We all agreed, even though Newcastle were a bit unlucky last week, there was a bit of what's it called, controversy again, what's it called, in the game with with Aston Villa, because the offside there where
It was very close, wasn't it?
Callum Wilson got the penalty there, which was, we all thought it was a penalty, but then it went back to the dodgy lines. They said it wasn't overlapping, and they were cruelly, ruled out of a penalty there. Once again, is it unlucky, or as FM says, simply that Newcastle are rubbish? Which one is it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit unlucky because, you know, it was very, very marginal. And apparently this year, you know, the officials have been told when it's that marginal, they should be awarded to the striking side.
That's why I was
on this
surprised.
occasion, it was very, very shocking that they gave it as an offside.
Yeah.
And then Wilson getting clattered by Martinez, almost taking his head off. Deserved yellow, but that was cool. You know.
But this is Newcastle's story every season anyway. We always have something to say. They're always unlucky, or just what we're saying here every time.
Yeah. Or maybe it's scripted for them.
Who knows?
Poor Bruce.
I will put my hands in the air now and say Newcastle will survive. They do like what?
Yeah, they're safe.
They will survive. They will survive.
Are guaranteed. As I said last week, Norwich are guaranteed relegation. Let's not beat around the bush with Norwich. And Watford are going as well.
Yeah,
that's a big club. That's a big club. Newcastle you're talking about there. Yes, still as they will survive.
Yeah, see, hold on a second there. It seems like you got something against the teams in yellow there, even though you're wearing a yellow t-shirt. You know,
no. I'm just saying that.
And then Watford for the drop, you got a yellow t-shirt. It's a bit, I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I got the proper yellow. Those other ones are not real yellow.
Canary yellow.
But for me, Norwich and Watford are going down. But Newcastle, they'll be like Burnley. They'll avoid relegation, but there's just no There's no what they call it. There's no plan really. The plan is just to stay above relegation. And how long has the owner been trying to sell the club, for God's sake?
Did you know?
It's just confusing. The club is confusing. I'm telling you, they don't know. Like I said, they don't know what they're doing in the league. They don't know if they want to stay up, if they want to go down and come back as playoffs. They're just confusing that club, honestly.
Yeah.
But they're still a big club.
Did you know Steve Bruce has managed Aston Villa and Birmingham, two derby rivals, and then Sunderland and Newcastle, another derby rivals. Yeah, it's crazy that he's been able to manage all four teams.
I remember that in football management is not a surprise. Sorry?
Didn't Steve Bruce win the League Cup with Birmingham against Arsenal, the League Cup final, or was that someone else? Was that Steve Bruce?
We'll have to check that.
Was it Steve Bruce? No, can't remember.
Let me check that.
No, it's not Steve Bruce. I can't remember, but I don't think it's Steve Bruce.
Or was it Steve Bruce that was managing? Was he? What team was he managing? Was it Hull City? I can't remember. I'm very confused. Who knows? But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, that man has been in the game for a long time, man.
He's been around when it's been around. He's been around.
He's a bit
this is what those owners go for, innit? Like they think he's got the experience to keep them in the league, or I don't know what their target is with all these kind of managers. You know, you have this Samuel Allardyce. You have a lot of managers like that they just go around in the league and just keep stuff around.
Yeah,
they always seem to find a job.
Yeah.
Always seem to find a job. Anyway, Newcastle woes continue. They lost, like I said, 2-0 to Villa. We're just gonna.
The manager was Alec McLeish.
Yeah, it wasn't Steve Bruce.
That's Alex McLeish. That was it. Well done.
Thank you.
Moving on to the Canaries there. The CIC was touching on Norwich's relegation guarantee. We've all said they will get relegated. They lost 5-0 to City. Grealish getting onto the score sheet, although it looked like a bit of a fluky kind of goal, but he got on there. They all count. So how good was CIC there? AY Footy.
Oh, City was great.
Yeah.
How good were they? They were amazing, weren't they? I mean, Norwich were bad, but they've still got to beat them.
Yeah, we everyone knew City was going to win that game. Look, they've lost their last 2 games or 3 games, I think. So I felt sorry for the next team they were going to beat, honestly, because I could see that coming, to be honest. I was just a little bit disappointed, in in Jesus, the striker. I mean, like your team is scoring 5
Whoa,
goals.
whoa. Was it three assists?
Yes,
3 assists.
Even Pep said his mum and dad should be very proud of him. He played brilliantly. He doesn't have to score sometimes. He played on the right wing.
He's a striker.
No,
when your team scored 5, you need to at least score 1.
No, he played right wing that game. He did not play as a striker. He played right wing.
No, let's not. It doesn't matter what position he played. He
set up 3 goals, man. Come on, give the guy some.
But anyway, he did well. He did very well. But going back to Norwich quickly, I don't know how many players the manager, how many new players that he brought into the club this summer. Because looking at their team, it almost looks like the same team that got them promoted. And you know, sometimes these managers, they have that blind faith that this team got me promoted. Let me be loyal and hope that they can keep me in the Premiership. But you look at the back line. Max Aarons, I think Arsenal were linked with him, Everton were linked with him. He's decent. Grant Hadley, rubbish. Nothing against him. And Ben Gibson, did he play for Middlesbrough one time? I think so. Poor defender. And then you got a Greek or something, Dimitris or something at left back. And then you got one of the oldest goalkeepers in goal, Tim Krul. He's a journeyman. The guy's almost 45. Why is he still in goal for them? What did they do when they were in the Premiership last time round? And he was old then.
That man's got experience. That man's got experience. Yeah, that man's got experience.
Experience of what? Getting relegated. It's poor. It's poor management.
Yeah. I mean,
Timo Pukki is just good for, as we said last week. It's like the White Gale. They're good for Championship, but once they get to the Premiership, it's nosebleeds.
Yeah, right.
So for me, as I said, they're guaranteed relegation. Let's just not waste any money on them.
Yep. But
sorry, Canary fans.
Canaries were not good, but Man City were amazing. Laporte getting his chance there and taking it brilliantly with a goal.
It's true.
Well.
It's true.
I just want to say something. Sorry to interject, though. I mean, I'll let you finish, but I mean, once you're done, I watched that game, and I don't know how City are going to accommodate Grealish, because I don't see him playing in that 3, because that's when they had him in midfield with what's his name, Rodri and Gundogan, and I don't see Grealish as a passer of the ball. I see more of a runner, and then for me, he looks like I mean, people say it's early days, but right now I don't know how he's gonna do. I've not been impressed, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, so what do you think is gonna happen when De Bruyne comes in?
You've never been a fan of his anyway, but more so what they might do with him once Kevin De Bruyne comes back. What they would do, they'll push Grealish to the left of the front 3, where Sterling would be on the bench, like he found himself on Saturday. Wasn't Sterling on the bench on Saturday? Yes or no?
I would take Sterling any day. That's what I'm saying about Pep there. I would take Sterling any day. We saw Sterling's levels at Euros. We saw Grealish doing nothing.
Yes.
Like, let me tell you.
Anyway, we've covered this last week anyway.
Yeah.
But what's it called? You're not being a fan of his anyway. But as we said, Grealish was a vain signing. It was a vain signing. It was a player that they didn't really need.
Yeah.
No, but this is what I'm gonna state about that Grealish, Sterling, whatever we're talking about, is as a champion, you always want to freshen up your team. Do you understand? And champion. You understand?
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm complaining about Liverpool.
Yeah. So bringing Grealish into play on that left side, like you said, and Kevin De Bruyne dropping in the midfield. I think that's a fantastic combination. I'm looking to see if that would happen. So as a champion, you will always freshen up the team, bring in challenges. Do you understand? We don't know how Grealish is going to fit into that team. That's true. Honestly, everybody's thinking what was going to happen, but I reckon he will do good. It might not be the best player come end of the season. Funny enough, he mentioned that last week somewhere, saying when the season finishes, he wants people to be talking about him as the best player of the season.
Who said that?
So, Grealish.
He was on the source. He was on the source.
He's definitely a few pints.
No. You just have to see how they do anyway. They've got so many players in that team, so he's got a lot of work to do. Honestly, if he's gonna
definitely.
I agree with you.
We'll see how it goes, but at least he's got that goal. He's got that off his back anyway, so that's something for him to be happy with anyway. But
he's off the mark.
Back to winning ways as we expected.
In style. Moving to the red side of Manchester, they won their first game emphatically, and then it came to Southampton, who we've all said here are in big trouble this season. And drew 1-1. I mean, what have you got to say about that? I mean, can anyone tell us what's going on there?
I'll start with when they emphatically beat Leeds in the so-called rivalry game. You had Man United fans thinking that they won the league already.
They won the league. The noise was too much.
That's what I'm saying. And then the thing is, they've got a brilliant away record. I've got a stat there on their away record. They've equaled Arsenal's 27 away record games there. But at least when Arsenal did it, they were coming off winning the Prem when they were the Invincibles. So at least Arsenal, during that brilliant run, won something. Man United fans, or certain Man United fans, will be crowing about that and being record, but you've won nothing in that time. If you want to win the Prem, they should have put that game to bed in the first 20, 25 minutes. They had countless chances, hitting the bar, and all this. We can't be having Man United bringing out the stats because they've done a very good thing of equaling Arsenal's Invincible away record. Because Martial
Cavani arrived late.
No major trophy in that time.
No, Martial. Funny thing about Man United fans, not to say about United, but about the fans is that the things Man United fans used to
want to challenge or
ridicule Arsenal about is now what they celebrate, the away record, or now they
happy to be top four.
And all the little stupid things they used to mock Arsenal for, now they flying the flag for it. Get out. I was happy anyway. I was happy they drew anyway. They needed to come down to earth.
It's true what you're saying.
Social was saying to Rio that yes, this is the way United should play. This is the real United. Shut up. So what happened this week? Get out.
Rio is a jinx. He's a jinx, Rio.
Talking about social there, I'm happy you mentioned that, Graham Chan, because it's true what you said. Man United fans are always mocking Arsenal fans, but reality is, I blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in that last game, honestly, as a manager, because
why?
The tactics, I mean, not even the selection in that game against
Matic started. When I saw Matic,
it was a little bit dodgy. Matic and Fred in midfield.
It's finished.
Two left footers. I play football, Matic, not on the top level, but come on, man. There's no balance at all whatsoever in that midfield. And was the great that young boy, you moved him from striker, you put him into the wing, you just brought Martial in. You didn't need to make no changes in that game. That's what I felt. Just keep the same team, do the same thing, and you win that game. It was just his fault, honestly.
He got excited. He got excited. He thought he could bring in players and chop and change.
Why didn't Sancho start that game?
Yeah, the first game, what is going on with Sancho?
Why didn't Matic start?
What is going on with Sancho?
Matic was a poor mistake because for me, you're away to a poor Southampton and you're playing like three holding midfielders there. Why are you playing three holding midfielders? It's poor. It's poor management. Matic is finished in the Prem.
He can't play in the Prem no more. He should be playing League Cup games. He should be playing League Cup games, FA Cup ties.
You buy Sancho and you're telling me that he can't start that game. Why didn't he start? He hardly played for England in the Euros. It doesn't wash.
He's tired training. He did too much training.
I don't like pointing fingers. I don't like pointing fingers and blaming people. But honestly, that game, simple as for me, it was the manager's fault in that game because the players they tried their best, but it was just. Well,
I don't know about they tried. Well, a few tried their best, but Martial's definitely not one of them. He was just a passenger once again. People forgot that he was even on the pitch.
I believe Martial's days are coming very near to the end at Man United. There's a lot of flack coming his way, and maybe going back to PSG, not back, but back to France to maybe PSG were doing the world a good.
He's not going to play at PSG. Where's he going to play?
He won't play.
Now,
He won't play.
they're,
But
t-
he's
they're
what,
talking about what's it? There's another one. They're talking about maybe part of a exchange and money there to get Hageland next season there, because his clause is going to drop down to 65 million or
Well,
around
Haaland.
70. But most teams are going to be interested in even my beloved Liverpool there, because as I've been told by a good friend here, especially FM, Liverpool's the aging side there. Even though I'll take Liverpool over 30s and above over Arsenal's under 23s any day of the
here we
week.
go again.
We'll get to Liverpool. We'll get to Liverpool soon anyway.
There we go again.
Not to mention my beloved team, but that is a move possibly for Martial going the other way and Haaland coming over here. But we'll see how that goes. But going back to the topic in hand, Man United need to sort themselves out if they want to really be challenging or going for this title, because Oli has spent a lot. As FN said, also managers, including Oli and others, up to £1 billion. And what have they done?
£1 billion in 7 years, and lots of Man United fans come back with we've broken, well, we've equaled 27 away, undefeated record. We've won the Community Shield. We've won the FA Cup, and it's like, mate, look, you're Man United. You are Man United. You
apparently meant to be the biggest club in the world.
£1 billion in 7 years, over £1 billion in 7 years, and you cannot tell me you're going to win the league and you're happy with mediocre kind of things like this. It's shocking, but that's the new life Man United fans have got to live with.
That's it. Manchester is blue.
Manchester's blue now. Noisy neighbours.
That's
just like London is blue.
I think most of London anyway.
The dagger in the heart. The dagger in the heart.
He couldn't wait. The
only city that is red is Liverpool, for goodness sake. Thank God.
Wow.
That was like a dagger in the heart. It was an open goal. It was an open goal.
There's a bit of sensational news that I just discovered just before we started here. Man United are offering a swap deal with Declan Rice and Lingard there. It could be a good
deal.
Yeah, swap deal and a bit of money maybe.
No, it's not going to be a bit of money. It's going to be
a lot of money.
Because Mr. Beans, how much is he really worth? If you're lucky, 30 million, 25 at best. And then coaching Declan Rice at 100 million. So that's a lot of baked beans, I tell you that for sure.
Declan Rice is not worth 100 million, I tell you that now. But
it's not worth 100 million.
West Ham have put 100 million price tag on it. Yeah, but 100 million for Declan Rice. We're talking about him right now.
No, but that's what Southampton have put on his head. I'm not Southampton, West Ham.
West Ham, yeah. But it's a good thing Man United are going for him, because
I don't rate him at all. It's the same.
But remember, you just mentioned not long ago that Matic doesn't need to be in that team. Do you understand? So they're gonna need a replacement. And honestly, I would pick that Leicester dude, that Nigerian guy, Ndidi. Or do you understand?
Ndidi is a fantastic player.
Okay, a very good player. But he's 29 going 30.
Say that again.
He's 29 going 30.
That's the thing. And look.
So 35 going 40.
There you go. We don't want to bring that kind of Harry Redknapp talking.
Exactly. And Rice is a young man. He's still learning. And I think it will fit into that Man United team. That's why
Declan Rice. Rice is not leaving this season. They're still blowing bubbles at West Ham, and they're in great form. We're going to come on to West Ham in a bit anyway. But there's no way if you're West Ham that you're going to make that what's it called deal. It's nonsense.
But quick question though, is Declan Rice good? I don't rate Declan Rice. I saw him in the Euros. All he does was sideways pass. Like if United told me they were going for Phillips of Leeds, that's a good buy for United. He looks like there's a play in Phillips. There's a play in Phillips.
They do slightly different jobs, to be honest. Declan is more combative.
It's not good enough.
Sit in front of the defenders, kind of, No. Phillips gets up and down. They're slightly different.
Declan Rice is the English Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
FM, PD, sorry. I'll just get this point across quickly. There's so many of these English players that are so content of playing that role of just sitting in front of the defense. Just too many of them. Declan Rice, you need more to your game. United already got Scott McTominay there. He could sit in front of the defense. Matic could sit in front of the defense.
Yeah, but
Fred
we just said Tommy, Fred, and Matic are awful players. I think Declan can replace all three of them and they can play one defensive midfielder.
He's not an upgrade. He is not an upgrade.
Let me cut you off. And Fred as well can't do the job. Fred is a good quality player on the ball, but look at his size. And when you're talking about central defensive midfielder, I mean, Fred can't do the job.
Okay,
man.
fair enough. I understand that, but I'm just saying Declan Rice coming to United is not an upgrade to what you guys have already got. Because the same thing, he's gonna come in and they're gonna say, oh, we need someone to partner Declan Rice like Maguire. We need a better defender to partner with Maguire.
Anyway, that was just a rumor. Let's wait for it to happen for us.
It's true.
Touch back onto it.
One more thing, wherever Rice goes, the key thing for Rice, whenever he does leave, if a top manager can improve him, and there's no point going to Man United while Solskjaer's there, because Solskjaer is not a top manager, and Solskjaer, who has he improved at Man United? They might say Greenwood. They might say Greenwood.
Greenwood's doing well.
Who else?
Arteta's better than what's his name? Solskjaer.
Let's
Who
not.
else is improved?
Let's
so you're
move
telling
on.
me he's only improved one player out of the whole 20?
Let's move on. All right, so Palace and Vieira, I've heard him term as L Plates Palace. They got a point there, a point against Brentford, who were obviously buoyed by their win against Arsenal. I mean, it's a good point, good solid point for Crystal Palace there. You know.
Yeah,
well,
I'm happy.
Look at that now. Look how bad it is now. We're talking about good solid point against newly promoted side.
No, not really. If we pull it all into context, that we said last week, and we touched on 10 new players coming in, 10 players going out, new manager. Sometimes you need that little bit of time to gel. And plus, Brentford beat Arsenal, so they must have been confidence must have been way up there. Do you know what I mean? So
definitely,
it's a very good solid point for Crystal Palace.
And as I said,
I'm with you on that one.
Benteke quickly came back into the team because that other striker, I keep struggling to pronounce his name. He had to quickly go on the bench.
I think I found the name and said it. It's a French name, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is it Jean, or is either John or Jean Philip Matake? Whatever. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong, Palace fans.
Wow,
but
you blowed it as well.
what's it called? When you look at the Palace team there, it's a poor team. Even though they got a couple of young, there's a few young players there, like in Gallagher and Mitchell, the left.
Gallagher look good.
Yeah, he is. And Mitchell's a good player as well, up and coming. Yeah. But you got some old heads there in the goalkeeper. You got Joe Ward is old, and then Arthur is now captain of all of a sudden. And then you got Saha. For me, as you said, it was a solid point. They're on the road anyway. Yeah, they've got something, so they can build from that.
I'm happy. Just consider the amount of players Palace lost in the summer.
Yes.
Old players, like the revamp from Palace and them actually getting up. I was actually happy. One, obviously, I'm happy because we've got Vieira there who's connected to Arsenal, who's sort of. Because I want Vieira to do good, so Arsenal could see and get him in and Arteta, because that's someone there proving himself in a job, and then he deserves a shot. So I was happy to get a point. I'm happy to go.
No, it's true. It's true what you said. You guys, we all agreed. We want Palace to do good, especially Patrick Vieira being there. But like you said, it would have been nice if they won that game. Yes, they've lost.
Baby steps.
But the thing is, if you watch the game, they didn't look. The only team that looked like winning was Brentford. So we have to give props to Brentford as well. Newly promoted, played 2 games and not conceded. That is very rare for promoted teams.
Yeah, the thing is, I would say
that's what I was trying to touch on. Like, I would have loved Crystal Palace to win that game, just because, like we said last episode, they've got some tough games coming up, and they should just have gone for that game. That's what I thought.
I think they went for it, but they just not have the quality. Well, what were you saying, FM?
I was saying Brentford shouldn't get carried away. They can get 6 points. They can get 9 points on the board, and then all of a sudden the crash happens, and they would struggle to get a point on the board. So a solid.
They look
point
like
against,
they look like they got level heads. They're not what's it called? They're not going mad. So they look like they're composed.
Let's come back to them by December. Yeah, let's come back to them in December.
When it's playing.
Another promoted team, Watford, brought back down to earth with a thump.
With a whack.
Very well.
Easy
and whack,
win.
swag, smack.
Win for Brighton there, who played very well.
Call it what you want. That was talking about that game as well. Maybe because they always talk about the manager of Brighton there. They were saying that possibly he could maybe because his name there what's that Graham Potter? They're struggling to remember his name.
Yeah,
anyway. But sorry, Brighton fans. But
I just remember
he's been linked with Arsenal. He's been linked with Spurs. But would any of those big clubs take him? Because he does play a good brand of football there. He
plays the Arsenal brand of football. And
that's what I'm saying.
I would welcome him there because he's got a philosophy about the way he
My God, Arsenal.
Well, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Grand Champ's reaction says it all. I agree with Grand Champ. Such a low name. Can it be? Is that where Arsenal are now?
If you think about it, Wenger came from Japanese football. So
don't worry about.
Sometimes you have to give some of these kind of managers a try, especially what it is. They need that experience. Arteta had none. None. That's why we're where we are now.
Not Porter though. I wouldn't know.
As you said, FM. Let's not regress back to Arsenal. But going back to Brighton, there, what's it called? Teams, Brighton, and especially like Brighton, getting these points early is very vital for them. So later on in the season, when they do go out a bit of form, they've got some points on board. The same thing for Brentford. That's why I get these points early. It can lessen the pressure if they go through a bad run near the end of the season or middle of the season. So that's why it's good for the teams like Brentford and Brighton. Good luck to them anyway.
So to cut you off, you see Brighton, I've been watching Brighton for like 2-3 seasons now. Yeah, that team, like for some reason, they don't.
Another team that you've been watching?
Oh, whatever, man.
He's a generalist. He's a generalist.
Keep an eye
He's got a generalist there. He's got them all.
This team don't they don't concede a lot of goals. They don't get battered. Do you understand? They don't lose like 4-1s, 3-1s, like 5-1s. They keep it solid at the back. At Brighton.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know why.
And they've got a decent keeper as well in Sanchez. FM knows about him as well.
Yeah, it's part of my dream team there.
Yeah.
Scouted.
They don't even miss Ben White.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Wow, fraudulent.
Another one in the rib cage.
Fraudulent. My goodness. After today, you'll be arrested there. My God.
I'm not working in North London, is it?
Too much. No, I tell you that for sure. That yellow top there. You'll be chased down there.
I do agree with you, though, Grant. We can't have the Brighton manager going for the Arsenal job. Like, I want people to do good in life.
I want Conte.
Team, we need a top manager.
It's true.
Honestly.
I want Conte. Bring Conte.
Yeah, you need Arsenal need a big name. It's a bit like Man United. If Solskjaer gets sacked, they need a big name to. These teams, they need a big name to replace the rookie managers, because that's what the Solskjaer and Arteta are. Even though Arteta's slightly better because he's won the FA Cup. But anyway, go back to FM there.
We always, after every little debate, we touch on Arsenal and we have to do this.
This is the worst one ever. We have to touch on it in nearly every subject.
Yeah, we have to do a little reference on Arsenal every time. Like you said, just tap it in.
You got up the fact yourself. 118 years. That's the whole of Arsenal's existence. So
Arsenal,
regardless of what team you talk about in the Prem, there's going to be a lot of reference back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and it's going to get worse because the City game is already is a foregone thing. We're losing that game.
Everybody
For
knows
me-
it's a foregone conclusion.
me-
City win. It's a City win.
One more thing before we move along. Who would have thought that Arsenal's fourth game because the fourth game for Arsenal is against Norwich. Who would have thought that would be a 6-pointer relegation game? Both teams could be on 0 points at that time as well.
Mickey
Is that how low Arsenal have fallen? That they're playing the Canaries.
Anyway.
And a 6-pointer. But anyway, move along. Because as you said, I might be arrested soon.
Exactly.
You should be the mascot there with the yellow there. And not letting it go to there.
There's one for you that you mentioned that. In 2011, 2012, Arsenal made their worst start to the season for 58 years, but had a strong finish and finished above Spurs anyway. So, no worries there. Don't worry. No panic, Mr. Mannery. Leave it there.
You say that, so it's another example. You were talking about Man United a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Of what their aim is.
Yeah.
Is that what Arsenal's aim is?
That is our aim. We have to. We have to be. That's standard.
That's standard. Yes.
We have to see what they are. We haven't spent £1 billion in 7 years. All right, we haven't. We spent 130 million this season, and all of a sudden we're quoted as spending the same as Man United. No, it's not the same. Our realistic position now is not. We're a mid-table team. We're a mid-table team. Let's be honest. Right now, we're a mid-table team.
That's the problem. Yeah,
I'm sorry. To correct FM. You're not mid-table. You're a bottom of the table team.
Shout it.
You'd be happy to be mid-table, but you're not.
My friend, will you keep quiet?
Get it right.
Okay.
But mid-table.
Burnley lost 2-0 to Liverpool, but they gave Liverpool a right kicking. Klopp wasn't happy with it. Tell us about that, CRC.
Well, anytime you play Burnley, home or away,
Roughhousing.
That's it.
WWE.
Just look at that manager with his croaky, dry voice or whatever. And he purposely brought back Ashley Barnes, because Ashley Barnes is the one that ended Liverpool's brilliant home record there, or 68 straight, what's it called, unbeaten. So he purposely brought him back to come in and cause a few, ruckuses. And thankfully, we were able to handle it and get the job done. So we took our time getting that second goal, because at 1-0, we had that problem last season where we were winning 1-0 and then the teams were coming back to equalize. But thankfully, with the likes of Van Dijk and Joe Matic, what a partnership! One of the best in the Premiership there. And Matic, when Matic is fit, he's one of the best.
When he's fit, he's quality.
Yeah.
He's quality.
Man United, when you compare him to Harry Maguire, you take Matic any day of the week. And I'm not even being biased.
Did you know?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Did you know?
I don't agree with that one.
Did you see? We forgot to even say. Did you see Maguire's attempt to try and do defending on the goal that Southampton scored? He was on his knee.
Taking a knee. He was taking a knee.
I agree with you on that one.
He was saying no to racism. He was taking a knee.
Maguire's not 80 million. Maguire's not 80 million.
Hey, listen,
maybe that's me getting carried away, or being biased. But you have to remember, Joe Matic is a multiple winner of major trophies.
Yes. No lie about that. But
anyway, going back to Liverpool there.
Look at you.
Back-to-back clean sheets there. Getting the job done, scoring goals, and the goals are cut. And I remember when Liverpool signed Jota, people were questioning Jota 35 million. Look at that. It's a bargain. Jota is scoring goals. It's a beautiful, it was a brilliant buy there from Michael Edwards and Klopp there, because he's been excellent.
Yep.
And that's what Liverpool need, even though they haven't got a really big striker. But it's good to have another alternative to Bobby Firmino and someone to give him pressure. Because that's what I was saying about Bobby last week, that his numbers in the Prem have been dropping off each season. And he's not been having too much pressure. And he was always guaranteed starting. But at least Jota has put pressure on him. And when Jota's playing, he's scoring. So that's making it harder for Bobby. But when he comes on, Bobby knows he has to work hard and score to get back in the team. But big game coming up next for Liverpool against Chelsea, top of the table clash.
Tell me about the young Elliot, that young midfielder.
Elliot, quality there, a quality skill from Fulham there. I wish I could say he was 100% Scouser, but what a performance from him there. You wouldn't think he was 18 or that young, because he put on a very good performance, and the future looks bright for him.
Yeah, he was very
Klopp
good.
is a guy a manager that can improve players. And for me, it was a very good performance there from Elliot there.
Yeah.
He's a central midfielder, right? Is he a central midfield, yeah?
No, he can play on the wing, and he can also play, what's it called, as part of one of the front three. So he's quite versatile, but very good.
Why are we feeding these guys Liverpool's appetite? Wow, look at him.
Arsenal dominated the last two. Last show and this show. How much has Arsenal dominated? 95%. So hold your station there. And this is a team that is second to last, not what's it called, a mid-table team that FN tried to make it sound better.
Put some respect on Arsenal there, 1 in 30 there.
There's no respect anymore. Ask FN, there's no respect anymore.
1 in 30, put some respect there.
We've gone back to Arsenal again. Let's leave.
But yeah, Liverpool,
did you know,
the next game is a big test against Chelsea. That's a big test, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm expecting Liverpool to get through. Either it's going to be a draw or Liverpool win.
We'll come back to that after the game. But here's a stat for you. Did you know since Virgil van Dijk has been at Liverpool, four seasons now, he's yet to lose a game at Anfield?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Top
That's
stat. Top stat there.
Wow.
One of the best defenders in the world. That's a top stat.
He's a top defender. Look at the guy.
Yeah.
4 years hasn't lost at home. That's amazing.
Yeah, his physique is a proper central defender physique. You know, he can read the game. He's quick. You know, it's interesting.
He's a proper leader as well. Proper leader.
Oh,
he tells the rest of the defenders what to do.
Thank you.
Proper player.
And he's a proper captain, even though he's not captain of Liverpool. He's a future captain. Once what's it called, Henderson. Then maybe
I heard
dropped.
I was listening to the radio because I was driving to my son's football match and that, and I heard that Henderson was giving that new left back some lip there, and apparently 2 games in a row that he was giving him some lip there, and they were saying how Klopp might need to sort that out in the dressing room, because you can't have the guy doing well and then the captain trying to hold him back a little. Yeah, put him down. It's like let the guy get some limelight as well. It's like two games in a row. The guy's not playing badly. He's playing really well, and he's getting put down.
The guy, Timmy Cash only played like I think 10 minutes of Premier League football last season.
Yeah.
And Henderson was on him.
Nothing against Robertson. Nothing against Robertson, but he's not even been missed. Because I thought when Robertson got injured, I thought Liverpool were going to have a few problems on that side. Yeah. But I agree with you, FM. Henderson has done thrown his toys out the pram a bit too publicly there. You can maybe do it once, and then maybe at half time or whatever.
Sometimes you want to
stamp
your authority on the new guys coming in, and he was overpowering. He was overdoing it a little bit from my perspective.
Maybe
like,
because
you have a word with him, you say all right, but 2 games in a row where you're like, I had a young lad who's playing amazingly well as well. It's like, calm down, mate.
That's it.
Klopp needs to sort that out and say to him, don't try and take his limelight or take his shine away. Calm down, and you're captain, but sort it out, mate. You're not having that.
True.
Wow, brilliant. The captain's been told to sort it out.
The manager's the bottom line.
The captain's supposed to be the manager on the pitch there because the manager can't get on the pitch. And you've done him.
He's not doing his job properly.
As Fergie said to Roy Keane before, he said to Blue Roy Keane, he said, "You are no manager there.
Exactly.
And I sell you out of this club." The great Roy Keane. The great
with Roy Keane's dodgy beards.
Exactly. Moving on from Liverpool.
Send it to Celtic.
It was an easy win, to be honest. And Liverpool got their 3 points like we all expected. Like CIC said, the big games next week. We'll talk a lot about that one because that's a big game. So let's leave it there.
That's Lukaku Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah, looking forward to that.
Yep.
Good pair.
Leeds v Everton 2-2 share of the spoils there, 1 point each. Rafa, 4 points in 2 games there.
Oh, yeah.
Happy with that.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I mean, good
go
stuff
on,
for
go
Rafa.
on.
Rafa needed to make a strong start, and he's definitely doing that. And the good thing about Benitez, why I like Benitez, not pleasant on the eye, Benitez, but when you watch a Benitez team, you know he counteracts. When he plays against a team, you could see him doing things in the game to achieve something. And I mean, he's brought this guy Gray, and Gray was forgotten at Leicester City. But you see Gray doing bits. Maybe Leicester should have sold Perez, who got sent off tonight, and kept Gray, because Gray is looking like he's got new lease of life at Everton. And I'm
hunger.
Yeah,
that chance. Yeah, definitely. For me, that's another manager. Sorry, FM. That's another manager that Arsenal could have maybe gone for.
Yeah.
Well, you see, what keeper? Now you bring him back.
He's better than Potter. Yeah. But as you said, there's enough reference to Arsenal.
We don't have much time left, so we have to breeze through the rest of our show, gentlemen.
All right.
Let's not bring Arsenal back again. After every bloody score line, we bring Arsenal back again. And he was just about to do it again. He was just about to do it again there with Benitez. And
let's quickly talk about Spurs. What a start to the season that they had.
Wait. I'm hearing Richarlison to PSG there very quickly.
No, that's not going to happen.
Nothing.
Yeah, not happening.
That's all.
I bet you it happens. I bet you it happens.
I thought
it would be a Real Madrid move, but PSG. Wow.
No, Mbappe to Real Madrid, and Richarlison to PSG. Watch this space. Anyway,
I've heard that rumor. I also heard that there's a Prem team that's interested in Mbappe as well. Because PSG are a bit shocked that maybe...
Not Liverpool. He's not going to Liverpool.
Not Liverpool.
There we go.
You can, but you don't go for players like that, I think.
You'd be surprised.
Spurs, easy, another 1-0 win,
Well, I'm sorry. Correct yourself, FM. Correct yourself. It wasn't an easy game.
It was a dodgy
penalty in that game. Because Wolves should have at least got something in that game. It wasn't easy. They were lucky.
Well, they didn't concede. So, you know what I mean? It was...
It was a bit of luck and poor finishing, especially from Adama Traore.
He did miss a sitter.
But the finishing and some of the touches are awful. But I think maybe under a good manager, he could improve.
Yeah.
He's been getting a lot of flack by the Wolves fans as well. They're saying he's got the attributes, but the output now needs to be better.
It's true. It's just erratic when it gets to the finishing line.
Let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question before we move on. Yeah, Harry Kane is still at Spurs. The transfer market is gonna close very soon. Why can't they keep this guy and just buff up that squad a little bit more? They could achieve great things.
They can keep him. They will. They can keep him because the ball's in Spurs' court. Unless Man City in the next 5 to 6 or 7 days come up with the maybe almost 150 or over 130 million, then he's gone. But until then, the ball is in Man City's court. And
maybe they're trying to sign the Adama guy from Wolves, Adama Traore to Spurs recently, and I think that they will happen.
Yeah, it will happen. It's going. I mean, Nuno wants his previous player, and if he goes there and Kane stays there, they will be immense. They will be immense.
Come on, and they've got Son, they've got Ali.
Why would hold on a second? Why would Traore go Spurs? Because if you look at Nuno's treatment of Adam Traore for the last 8 months. Yeah. He wasn't playing that much at Wolves. If you see the Wolves team last season, he hardly played.
He was on the bench.
He was on the bench. If I'm Traore, I don't know if I want to go play for you, to be honest. I mean, Spurs is a good move, but you're gonna treat me the same way you treated me and put me on the bench again.
If you look at the top teams, you can't come into the top teams.
You have a fantastic point. Honestly, I respect that, but you have to go at the end of the day because Spurs is a better team.
You go.
You're going to play with better players, which is only going to improve you as a player. But I respect what you said. Honestly, I do respect that.
I'm pretty sure Daniel Levy will have something to say about all of that. But moving on.
How long we got left?
We have 5 minutes left. There's another one.
Ronaldo and West Ham then.
I'm hearing Ronaldo to Spurs there.
No.
Who's your agent?
I don't know what's going on FM. I don't know what's going on FM, but
I'm hearing stuff.
Well, I don't know where you're getting it from anyway.
Do you know Kunde? You know that Kunde guy for the Chelsea agreed terms.
No way Harry will.
Zuma
there's no
to West
way
Ham.
what's it called? Ronaldo will go to Spurs that are not even in the Champions League, for goodness sake.
I think he's doing jobs.
And they can't afford the wages. They can't afford his wages.
Don't listen to him.
Let's talk about the Hammers quickly. Let's talk about the Hammers and Wolves. And not Wolves and Boys.
Hammers won 4-1 against Leicester today.
10 men Leicester.
Antonio getting a brace, looking super powerful there. Leicester are doing really well.
England?
Yeah.
Antonio for England?
No.
Calvert-Lewin?
Nah, let's leave that.
To the bench, maybe.
I thought that game
possibly.
I thought that game would be a boring thing.
He deserves a cap now. He's been when he's fit, he plays well. When he's fit, he deserves a cap for England. When he's
he's playing for Jamaica or something like that, bro. He's changing his nationality.
Oh, has he changed it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Good.
Rightly for him. Well done.
Good on West Ham, and that's back-to-back games that they've scored 4 goals, so they're scoring goals for fun, and they're right up there. And then looking at what's it called, you see their next fixtures and stuff. We'll talk about the fixtures. Hopefully, as you said, the time's going quickly there before we end our brilliant episode 4 there.
Yeah. Finally, we're just gonna say the chaos, absolute chaos between Nice and Marseille there in that game.
Oh yeah.
What kind of madness was that?
In France.
Oh,
that was
I understand they're passionate.
That was Royal Rumble. I love that as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a good watch.
Sacre bleu. They're very passionate in France. And Eric Cantona fly kicking the Crystal Palace fan.
Chaos.
Look, that was crazy.
The French don't take nonsense. They don't take nonsense.
Football is about players and fans. Like the combination, the romance and everything is just crazy. How can you go from loving a player to fighting a player, supporting a player, buying their shirts and all that, and it turns to craziness like that? Football is
The question is, Payet, something was thrown at Payet, a bottle, plastic bottle, whatever.
He threw it back in.
Was Payet correct in throwing it back? Yes or no? Because that's what started it.
No, because you cannot incite the fans.
Thank you.
You cannot incite 30,000 people. You are crazy. Yeah. You're asking for nuts.
I'm there to play football. Don't be throwing things at me. If you watch the clip again,
walk off. The police are there. The police are there.
I would walk off as well. I would say walk off.
If that licked him in the head, he could have been having serious injuries. A drink food. No.
And then you don't incite the fans.
And they lick someone in the head. What happens then, Grand Champ?
They got security there. Security sorted.
That's what should have happened. He should have let security sort it, not throw it back. And that's what incited the fans, and that's why they lost their heads and came onto the pitch to sort them out.
So are the fans right to be doing that then?
No, of course they're not right.
They're not right.
They're not right. He's not right.
None of them is right.
So none of them are right then. So
but the thing is, Payet is a professional. Yeah. He has to lead by example, and he's also the captain of Marseille. Yes,
he's a human being.
It's inappropriate for it to be thrown at him, but he has to still act because young children or who want to be footballers or the boys watching that, is that what they're going to do? But anyway, I hope everyone that is watching this or watching our series of episodes there are really enjoying it. But we need you to subscribe. Just subscribe to us because that's what we need.
Yeah, well done.
I don't know. We don't have enough time to share with you guys, but just like Cece said, just subscribe and support the movement, and there's lots more to come.
Yep, and thank you very much, guys, for watching. Like CIC said, subscribe,
like,
leave
comment.
A message, share. Let your friends know about us. Let us know what the topic that we can discuss next week. And if you want to get on the show, let us know. Leave a message there. We'll try and get you on, and we'll see what's going on.
We'll be doing soon.
Nothing is too much
in a few weeks. We'll be doing what's it called, guest appearances. So that's what we want. As you said, leave a message.
Leave a message.
yeah.
Let us know what your thoughts are.
Seriously, the yellow top there's too bright there. I mean, next episode, leave that color.
I
there,
like
maybe,
it though.
Don't worry.
You know what I mean?
Next time I go red. I'll go red.
Do that,
Well,
do that,
don't
please.
blow yourself.
Do it colorful right here. Do that. You do
Well,
that.
what are you and Drift or PD there? The brothers in white.
Don't worry about it. Real. This is real professional there. Go to the background.
All right, guys. Nice show. Good luck.
Another enjoyable episode there. I hope you people who are going to be viewing it enjoyed it as well as much as us four did here.
Fire.
Arsenal to win the league. Arsenal to win the league.
Fire.